A unique thing about Hanoi is that even as early as 6 in the morning, this place is alive and bustling. Not with traffic, but with fitness enthusiasts working out at the public open gyms. But the most interesting bit is that it's not just limited to the young crowd, but rather people of all ages.
हाँ जी, तो बानवी के बाद दूसरी चीज जिसकी बात कर रहा था वो है ये कोकोनट कॉफी। तो होता क्या है, इट्स एक्चुअली कॉफी मेड विद कोकोनट मिल्क और ये कुछ ऊपर एक कोकोनट स्लशी टाइप रहता है। दिस इज डिलिशियस। वियतनाम में बहुत टाइप की कॉफीज रहती है, लेकिन पता नहीं, मेरा घूम फिर के मेरा ऑर्डर यही रहता है। एंड हाथ में बानवी, एक हाथ में बानवी, एक हाथ में कोकोनट कॉफी। साइड पे आई थिंक आई कैन गेट यूज्ड टू इट। Why have no? But I didn't go to Vietnam. I have come to Vietnam.
Oh. Where did you from?
I am from India.
India. What place did you like in Vietnam the most?
What place do I like? I like the entire Vietnam. I love every place in Vietnam. And I like Vietnamese people.
Yes. Thank you.
One of the best things to do in Vietnam is to eat. And there is no better way to immerse yourself in Vietnamese culture than taking a street food tour in Hanoi. A food tour will take you deep into the old quarters and beyond in search of the perfect dish.
She gonna have for us like the bánh đa cá trộn. The name of the food is bánh đa cá trộn.
Bánh đa cá trộn.
Yes.
So that's the name of the noodles or the name of the dish?
The name of the dish.
Okay.
So
bánh đa cá trộn.
Bánh đa, it means like the brown noodles.
Brown noodles.
Cá is from fish.
Okay.
And trộn, like you mix everything instead of you
Together.
have the hot soup.
Bánh đa cá trộn. Not bad.
We're gonna have some seasonal vegetable. It depends on the season we have. So this one is like more like look like parsley, but it's not parsley. Yes. So we also have like morning glory and all together with bean sprout. This is something to make it is more like nicer flavor. That is like the dry shallots and peanut. So you mix them all.
I really love the noodles as well. They are slightly on the sweet as well as salty and sourness to it,
Yes.
and then the crunch of the skin. Oh, really adds to the texture.
Yes.
These delicious caramel colored rice noodles have a dusky earthiness and a springy elasticity. And with that tangy broth and crispy fried fish, they definitely make for a hearty meal. In this capital city of Vietnam, you get a taste of the freshest and the most flavorful dishes. However, to really get to the best street food, it's better to pull up a tiny plastic chair and enjoy an authentic local street side experience.
We call it soy xéo gà.
Soy xiao
Gà.
ga.
Mm.
Okay.
Soy is mean the sticky rice.
Uh-huh.
Xéo, like soy xéo, like the way they gonna make the green bean, like they mash them all together and they make it in a big bowl. And then they gonna start to cut them on top of the sticky rice,
Right.
all together with the dry shallots here.
Right.
So it's really nice, crunchy. So I let you try first.
You know, one thing that I've loved about Vietnamese food so far is that no matter what you order,
Yeah.
everything has so many elements and so many textures.
Yes,
You will have some softer elements, you will have some crunchier,
yes,
crustier on the outside, creaminess over here, creaminess of the mung bean. Then the softer, the chicken, I don't think it's grilled very crunchy. And for the crunch element, we have the fried shallots.
yes,
So everything, and
yes.
we add
We have
some of the
some
veggies
vegetables.
as well. So
Yes.
everything put together, I think it's a wonderful meal.
And also that is the meanings of like the balance of yin and yang. So this is how the food here in Hanoi is we have, like in Vietnam we have as well. This is like you have something spicy, so you need something fresh to gonna balance it out.
balance it.
Yeah.
Coffee in Vietnam is pretty unique and actually forms a great part of their culture. Here the coffee is part of socializing, and as a result you can find it in different forms, formats and styles. Something to suit most tastes and satisfy most desires.
We have so many types of coffee here.
Okay, so probably
Yeah.
I only know about 3.
Yes. So this is like the coffee in the southern part of Vietnam. That is like we have cà phê sữa đá, ice condensed milk, and together with coffee. It's really sweet and nice and cool. And come to the northern here, like we still have like enjoy more tea. So in the coffee shop, they still serve you the other kinds of drinks. It can be like the juice or like the egg coffee, also typical here. Don't have too much coffee inside, but like the egg form on the top instead of for like the cappuccinos.
Right.
So back in the day, Zhang is the one who invented the egg coffee. So he was used to a baker, but like milk was so expensive for us to get that. He thought about another way to make the cappuccino. So he think like the substantial one. That is the egg yolk. So beaten up together with sugar. That is very simple with the hot coffee in, or like the cold coffee together. Yes. So that is like the egg coffee comes from like that. Now they have like very good, more like egg coffee, more like the specialities of Hanoi. People come to Hanoi and still like looking for the good egg coffee. like the name of this is bánh mì ăn lạc. Ăn lạc is means like for the one who are vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Yes. Yeah. Let's have a bite of this.
Sure.
Because the thing is that bánh mì is really light and this is not too much layers inside. Don't have much fillings in. But we're gonna roast it one more time in the stove here. So very crispy in the outside.
Don't you know?
What is it? Yes.
I have to be honest, the first thing I tried when I landed here was banh mi.
Okay.
And since then, I have become such a fan. In the last few days, I've been eating it almost every day.
You know, like these foods here, very popular for us, like sticky rice. For the student, they need to go to school very early in the morning. So bánh mì is one of our popular option for us to take away. It can be like a full meal for you. It's like good nutrients and everything's in here. Yes.
So-
it's also.
Do they make it at home or they just buy it from the outside?
We just buy it from the outside. Yes.
What all do we have? Coconut ice cream,
Oh.
grated coconut, coconut chips, and a whole tender coconut all together.
Yes.
And what about this?
You try. You try and you guess what is this. You should know what you're gonna eat, right?
Jackfruit?
Yeah.
Jackfruit,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
So in Hanoi here, most of the fruit come from the south.
Oh.
We have like all the best fruits from there.
And that is something that I've
This is used near the Mekong Delta. Near the Mekong Delta.
Mekong Delta.
Mm.
Today, Hanoi is internationally famous for the delicious street food, unique Vietnamese culture, and interesting colonial influences with European buildings in the French Quarter. Scattered around the old quarters are a few preserved heritage houses which have been restored to their original glory to give guests a glimpse into the past through exploring these ancient homes. And that's why Min took me to one of the old quarter's best restored properties, which is a brilliant example of the type of architecture that existed in Hanoi before the concrete era. Usually these old houses are called tube houses because they are built in the form of a long narrow tube. Typically it will have two floors. Ground floor is where you'll find the shop, store, courtyard and kitchen. And the first floor will have the living room, worship room and bedrooms. In those days the government used to charge tax based on the width of the house. This means wider the house, higher the taxes one needed to pay. Therefore the Vietnamese people started building thin but deep houses to avoid paying high taxes. When the night comes, Hanoi puts on a different look. The city's atmosphere is lit up by the lively bars and glitzy performances around Hoan Kiem Lake. If you're someone who likes to dance the night away or prefers relaxing at a pub or are on a budget and just looking for some inexpensive options to spend the evening, no matter what kind of a party goer you are, Hanoi's got you covered. Everyone has their favorite Vietnam moment. The moment you realize that Vietnam has its own distinct personality. The moment you end up telling your friends about endlessly when you get home. It might be the overwhelming sight of hundreds of limestone cliffs jutting out of the sea. The sound of the train passing through the colorful narrow back streets. The aroma of freshly cooked soup at a street side restaurant. Or the feeling of warmth and love that you feel with the people here. The point is simple. Vietnam should be on the top of everyone's travel list. With its dramatic landscapes, fascinating history, epic food, and pulsating energy, Vietnam will electrify all your senses and seize you from all angles.